Hi everybody, welcome back to the Pixar Cars Thomas and Friends fan channel. Today we're going to do another train from Play-Doh as requested by one of our top YouTube fans. Today we're going to be doing Billy. Now he was requested last week because he was sitting over there in the background minding his own business and someone said, "Can you do Billy out of Play-Doh?" And I said, "Sure, why not?" Now we have a busy set here today, look. Of course our top Matt's here and so is the mechanic. And Percy's there, and look behind Percy. Diesel 10 got his claw in his back. And over there's the egg car getting some work done out. And look up, there's Thomas. And there's Electric Salty. I push that button, he'll mow down everybody in the way. And over here we have Lady. And look up here. We have 3 Spider-Man we made from our Play-Doh Spider-Man kit. Of course we have many of our Sesame Street friends here today. We have Bert, Big Bird, George, Ernie, Kermit, and look up here, Cookie Monster. So the first thing we're going to do to make Billy is what we always do. We start off by making the whole base. And Billy has a black base and 3 wheels on each side. So we need some orange Play-Doh for the wheels and some black Play-Doh for the base. So let's get some black Play-Doh out and work it into a nice rectangle to make this base. There's a nice sized ball to start with there. We're going to work that down. Usually I use a piece of track because it's very accessible. I have lots of track. I'm going to work that into a rectangle and then I'll cut it to shape the exact base. Okay, let's work on that for a minute. Yeah, that's a good sized rectangle right there. Now I can use my cutter and cut that to match the exact base. Just like that. Well, that's perfect. Now what I have to do is add the magnet to the front and the back. And to add the magnet I use a little bit of black, some white, and I press it on the front. I'll show you in the back. I'll show you what I mean. I start with 2 small portions of black and white, and I push that down like that, make it into a little cylinder, and add the white to the top. Wait now. There's 1, and I'll press that against the end. And that gives it the look of a magnet. See? I'll do the same to the back. There, perfect. See? Now, as you can see, he has 3 wheels on each side. And what I've been doing lately is I do the whole base first. So I have 3 little axles made of toothpicks. And I push them through and I get 6 portions of orange Play-Doh that are the size of the wheel, little balls of it. And then I have 6 more small ones for the hubcaps. Let's try that. Okay, now there's the 6 balls of Play-Doh I'm going to make into wheels. And first I'm going to put the axles through the black base. See how that looks. Just like that, see? Now I'm going to take one of the orange portions, I'm squeezing it flat with my finger and putting a hubcap on top, squeezing that, and then we'll install that on the side. There's the first wheel, looks pretty good. Now let's put the rest. There we have it. The base for Billy is right there, and it looks pretty good. Now let's put that out of the way while we work on the next section, which is going to be the base that the top of the engine sits on. We'll get a big pile of orange and lay it out flat and cut it this thick and that long, then we can build the top. There's a nice size portion of orange to work with for that base. Now I can use my piece of track and flatten that out to make it just the right thickness. There, now I can cut that to the size of the base. That's a bit too thick. Actually, it looks like a nice hunk of cheese if you ask me. So I'm going to roll that a little bit flatter to make it the right thickness. There, that looks more like it. Now I'm going to build the back part here first. I'll start with a ball of orange and work it into like a square, and I'll cut it to fit and install it right there. Okay, we'll start with that, and then we'll shape it, and then we'll cut it. That looks pretty close, and that too looks like a big hunk of cheese. I'm getting hungry. Okay, now I'm going to lay that right here and cut it. Cut this notch out in the back, and then we'll cover the top with black later. There, that came pretty good. Now I'm going to work on where the boiler would be right here. I'm going to get a big ball of orange and shape it like a cylinder and then install it there. Again, we'll start with that and we'll roll that until we get it to the shape of a cylinder. We won't use our flattening tool, we'll just roll it with our hands and we'll get it down to that size and then we'll cut it. That could be pretty good too. That actually looks like a carrot now. Okay, I'm going to, is that the right diameter? Yeah, it's about right. And then we'll cut that off just about there. That looks pretty good, and I'm going to put his cover on right now. What I usually do there is make a small little hole to hold the Play-Doh better. I'll make a little hole, get a ball of orange, squeeze it into there. And it won't fall out as easy. There. Now we'll get some black for the front. Start with a nice portion, and we'll roll it between our fingers like this here and make a cylinder, and then we'll cut it the same as that. Just like this. Came perfect. Install that right here. And then, actually I think I'll put the smokestack on too. Once again, I made a small hole right there with my screwdriver. I'll put in the black. Make a smokestack. Perfect. Now I can get some gray to make his face. Now, I have some gray already made up from the white and black mixed together. I'm going to take some gray and lay it out right here and cut out a circle for his face. First we'll start with a small ball of it, and we'll press it flat. And I have a Play-Doh cutter here. I can cut a circle right there. Put the rest back in my bin. I recycle it all the time. And then I can actually flatten it out again and cut some more off. And now I can add his eyes and his eyebrows and his toothy smile while I got it off. Okay, let's try that. Oh my, that came pretty good so far. See his toothy grin? Look, big black teeth, just like him. Now let's install this onto the base before we put our window on the back. That looks pretty good. Now let's put a black part right here and a black window in the side and a spot where his name would be. Start with a small portion of black, and using my Play-Doh roller, I'm going to roll it nice and flat so I can cut it for the top. And there we have it. Billy is complete. Complete, made from Play-Doh. Let's put him on the track, see how he looks. There we have Play-Doh Billy, right next to Sir Topham Hatt, and the real Billy. And Thomas is so excited he blows his horn. And so does Percy. Yeah, they're really happy. See? Percy? Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you liked our video of making Billy out of Play-Doh. We had a lot of fun making the video. And thanks to whoever requested that, a top YouTube fan. And of course, we had our friends here from Sesame Street to watch. Have a great day.